Hi everybody, Joe Oriema here on YesNetwork.com. I'm here with the Hartford Courant's Dom Amore. How are you, buddy?
Good, Joe. How you doing, man?
I'm good. And, you know, we talk so much about the Yankees, but I want to talk about the division rivals because you really have the Boston Red Sox and the Yankees, you know, covered in the Hartford Courant. So let's start with the Red Sox. What are you seeing out of that team right now?
Well, one thing you're seeing from them, Joe, is a lot of fight. They have a lot of people injured. Not many teams could lose the caliber of players that they've lost and continue to do well. But, you know, they have starting pitching, and that starting pitching is keeping them in games. You know, one thing, though, we talked a lot about run prevention coming into the season. They're near the top of the American League in a lot of offensive categories, including runs scored.
It's really amazing that, you know, they came into the season built on pitching and defense, and they're getting unbelievable production from three offensive players in particular, with Kevin Youkilis, Adrian Beltre, and David Ortiz is just blown up since May 1st. It's amazing that those three guys have just, you know, run the gamut with this team right now.
Well, you know, Joe, coming into the season, you felt like Ortiz was not what he used to be. And, you know, Beltre was going to be primarily a defensive player, not a great offensive player. But he's become a monster offensively at Fenway.
Right.
You know, and he's hitting 349. You know, not walking a lot, which is a little bit counter to what the Red Sox like to do. But he's got incredible numbers. He's hitting 340 with 2 strikes on him. So he's really impressed the Red Sox with that. And you know, Ortiz, you know, no one ever saw that coming. It's a little bit like what Jason Giambi did here in 2005. He'd been dormant for quite a while.
Now, you said about pitching. Is there any news on Josh Beckett and when he might be returning to the Red Sox rotation?
Well, he threw a simulated game at Fenway yesterday, about 40 pitches, so the clock's ticking. You know, I would say probably shortly after the All-Star break he would be back. And also very good news for them is Clay Buchholz doesn't appear to be seriously hurt. He may make a start Monday or Tuesday.
All right, and Dustin Pedroia is also injured right now. What's the extent of his injury?
Well, he's got a very serious broken foot. Apparently more serious than what Jorge Posada had here, but he's gonna be in a boot for about 3 weeks, and they're gonna take X-rays again and see how it's healed, and you know, I think you're looking at least mid-August for him.
Now, the three teams, you know, we know it's the Red Sox, Rays, and Yankees. They're going to be, you know, fighting through the rest of the year. What did you see at the Rays-Red Sox series where you could say that, you know, this is just going to be a complete dogfight for the rest of the year?
Well, the one thing is you really have to be concerned if you're the Rays about the way they're playing. You know, they lost 20 out of 32 games, and when you do that in this division, it's not forgiven. You know, they lost, I mean, they were 8.5 games ahead of the Red Sox. They're now 2 behind them. That's an awful lot of ground to lose in a very short time. You know, this is a division where you got to play 600 ball consistently, and I'm not sure right now if they can do that. I'm not in love with their bullpen. You know, their starting pitching, which was great earlier in the year, is starting to show some of the signs of inexperience. And worse than that, you have the implosion of 2 of their stars going at it in the dugout. You know, not a good sign for that kind of team. It's not a veteran team that, you know, could necessarily put that kind of thing behind them.
Dom, just give yourself a little pop here. We always do this at the end of our segment. Talk about, you know, your website, Twitter account, anything that you might have where fans could just be interactive and see your stuff.
Well, the best way is on my blog, which is Rivalry Central, and it's you can find it on www.current.com, and that's Courant, Current. And you know, we're in between the 2 cities, so I have the opportunity to get all fans mad at me in Connecticut.
All right, Dom, thank you very much. This is Joe Oriema with YesNetwork.com. That's Dom Amore. Keep coming back to YesNetwork.com for all of your Yankees needs this season.